All right, let's get right into it. Today we are tackling a topic that is, well, pretty much impossible to ignore: artificial intelligence. And more specifically, we're digging into that absolute explosion of AI tools that all seem to promise they'll change how we work, create, and even think. But here's the real question, isn't it? The one everyone's kind of wondering. Are these tools actually the future of productivity? Or are we just getting swept up in a massive wave of hype with tech that's just wrapped in some shiny code? That's exactly what we're going to unpack in this explainer.
So before we can pass judgment, we got to know what we're even dealing with. It feels like AI tools are showing up in every single industry you can think of, and they all have the same promise: automate stuff, make us more efficient. A new one pops up like, what, every week?
Okay, let's get a clearer picture. We can pretty much group all these new tools into a few main categories. You've probably run into some of these already.
So what are we really talking about here? Well, you've got your writing assistants, right? The ones that help you power through emails or get over that dreaded writer's block. Then you have those mind-blowing image and video generators, creating entire worlds from just a few words. For the business-minded folks, there are these powerful data analysis tools that can dig for golden insights in mountains of data. And of course, there are the everyday productivity boosters, automating scheduling or, summarizing that hour-long meeting you might have spaced out on.
Now let's look at the transformative side of this whole debate. This is where we see how these tools, when they're used the right way, can genuinely shake things up and revolutionize how work actually gets done. This quote really nails the heart of the promise. For small businesses, for teams that don't have a ton of resources, AI gives them a shot to compete on a way bigger scale. It automates the kind of tasks that used to need a whole department to handle.
And we are already seeing this happen in the real world. I mean, think about marketing. AI can now create these hyper-personalized campaigns that actually connect with people. Or customer service, where chatbots handle the easy questions, which frees up the human agents to deal with the really tough problems. It's even making its way into huge fields like healthcare, helping out with diagnostics.
So at the end of the day, the promise isn't just about replacing people, it's about upgrading their work. By automating all those repetitive, frankly draining tasks, the whole idea is to free up our collective brainpower. And the result isn't just getting more stuff done faster, it's about making more space for strategy, for creativity, for the kind of complex problem solving that for now, we humans still do best. But let's be real for a minute. Is it really that simple? Is every single new AI tool just a guaranteed home run? As you can probably guess, the answer is, well, it's a little more complicated than that.
And that brings us to the other side of the coin, the reality check. Because for every amazing success story, there are some very real limitations and a ton of hype that we just have to cut through to use these tools the right way.
One of the biggest hurdles, most AI just doesn't have that true, nuanced human creativity. Yeah, it can generate stuff, but it often misses the originality, the subtlety that a person brings to the table. Then there's the very real risk that because these tools learn from data made by humans, they can pick up and even amplify our own hidden biases. And finally, look, these are not magic wands. They're complex tools, and you actually need some skill to make them work well.
And this is where you can see that massive gap between the sales pitch and what's actually happening. We're promised endless creativity, but what we often get is something that just lacks that real human nuance. We're sold a magic solution, but what we get is a complex tool that demands skill. And that dream of perfect objectivity, well, it can slam right into the hard reality of algorithmic bias.
So, with this tension between all the hype and the reality, how do you navigate it? How do you choose the right tools for you without getting lost in all the noise? Let's build a playbook.
Okay, this is maybe the single most important rule for your playbook. You have to adopt a problem-focused approach. Don't start with the tech and ask, what cool new AI tool can I play with? No. Start with your work and ask, what is the biggest, most annoying bottleneck I am facing? The goal is to find a tool for your problem, not to find a problem for your cool new tool.
Your process can be this simple. 4 steps. First, pinpoint that one specific problem, that one inefficiency that drives you crazy. Second, go research tools that are built to solve that exact issue. Third, and this is so important, do not skip this,
always test it with a free trial to see if it actually fits how you work. And finally, number 4, just keep a healthy dose of skepticism. If a tool sounds way too good to be true, it probably is.
This quote just perfectly wraps it all up. This is the smartest way to think about AI. It's not about running from it, but about engaging with it on your terms. Be intentional, be strategic, and just don't let the marketing hype make your decisions for you.
And so this is where we land. The question really isn't if you'll use AI anymore. I mean, it's becoming so embedded in everything, you can't really ignore it. The real question, the one that truly matters for you, is how. How will you be strategic? How will you solve your real problems? And how will you make these incredibly powerful tools actually work for you? Thanks for watching The Explainer.